This impeachment was a huge success for the GOP. Let's lay out a couple points. Number one, Donald Trump's approval is not only up, approval ratings, measured by Gallup. Ladies and gentlemen, Gallup is not known to be, I'm not trying to impugn Gallup, but some polls historically will have a bent leaning towards conservatives, some towards liberals. You get what I mean, folks. Yeah, it's just sample size stuff and how they aggregate their data, algorithms they use and that thing. Gallup has never been known to be particularly friendly to the president. I'm not suggesting they're inaccurate. I'm just saying their polling has always kind of undercounted the president's support a little bit. Gallup has the president's approval rating not just up. That's not the takeaway. It's at its all-time high. Do you understand that? It's not just at the approval rating. Up. Again, I know liberals have a tough time with this. Down, up, up. It's not just up. It's at its all-time, since Donald Trump has been the president, high, peak, top amount, vicissitudes, up, down, up, 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 up. They're at the top of the mountain, not the bottom of the valley. I told you now for eons that impeachment is not a criminal trial. It is a political attack on the president. If based on actual crimes, high crimes and misdemeanors, it's a legitimate political attack on the president, not a physical one, a political one, to expel him from office via a Senate trial after articles of impeachment are passed by the House of Representatives. But it is a political attack. There are no criminal penalties if the president is convicted and deemed guilty by the Senate trial. None. There may be later, but there are none. The president is simply removed from office. If the goal is a political attack, and politics is based on your ability to move public opinion, and your ability to move public opinion is based on public support. Ladies and gentlemen, none of this is complicated to figure out unless you're a liberal. And public support after your political attack doesn't go down, but goes up to the highest levels the president's ever seen. Can we deem, using ration and reason, that your attack has failed? I'm just saying.
I think, yeah. You
know what this is for the baseball players out there? This is a bunt. You always got to hold the barrel of the bat up higher when you bunt. Because if you hold the barrel of the bat lower or even, you risk popping the ball up. You pop the ball up, you're going to blow the bunt. A bunt. Reminds me of my big fat Greek wedding, the cake. Remember they gives the cake? It's a bunt? A bunt? That's a different cake. I'm talking about an actual bunt. A bunt? What's a bunt? Remember that? Some of you saw the movie. A bunt. What's a bunt? They're confused as to what it is. So he gives them the bunt cake. This was a bunt, and they blew it. All Nancy Pelosi had to do was say, we're not going to impeach him until we have evidence he actually did something wrong, until public opinion moves in our direction, and she couldn't do it. So takeaway number one, this is a massive success for the GOP. The American public, largely, not speaking for everyone, obviously, because I hate when people say the American citizen. I'm saying largely. The American people, based on the two impeachments in our generation, the Clinton impeachment and the Trump impeachment, have turned against both of them because they like to pick, unsurprisingly, for an entrepreneurial kind of renegade culture like we are, the American people, Joe, like to pick their own presidents.
How about that?
They don't want a bunch of swamp rat bureaucrats telling them their vote doesn't matter. Why is this surprising to you Democrats? How did you not get this? Did you not learn from Clinton, where the Republicans took a beating? Bill Clinton left office with 63% approval after being impeached. Did you miss this? So number one, approval rating up, massive success for the GOP. Number two, the liberal activist full-time bootlicking media surgically attached their lips to the rear end of the Democrat Party full-time. Can't even disconnect them anymore. You know how you remove those stitches after surgery? These are it's like glue to the collective Democrat rear end. It's like crazy glue. Have now been occupied for what, Joe? 3 months? What is this impeachment? The whole process was something like 90 days? About 3 months have been occupied. Right. Yeah. My timeline's right? With nothing other than this impeachment fiasco. You may say, well, how is that a win for the GOP? Because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not crazy when I tell you there are limited hours in the day for media consumption, correct? Americans work for a living. We're an entrepreneurial culture. We get dirt under our fingernails. We have kids to raise, soccer games to go to, baseball games to go to, jobs to attend to, food to put on the table. I would guess, and this is unscientific, so forgive me, but I would guess Americans have largely about maybe 1 to 3 hours a day to consume media, news, and various types of entertainment before they go to bed, put their kids to bed, and wake up and do it all over again. If those 1 to 3 hours, say 2 of them are consumption of news and media, and 1.5 of those hours are for an impeachment hoax you were never going to prove, then what are they not covering in that time? Oh, that's right. Yes, the Democrats and policy ideas they may have, policy prescriptions for tomorrow, campaigns, presidential campaigns, all gone. All gone. All wiped out because for 3 months, all you could cover was a hoax impeachment you were never going to prove. Number 1, President Trump's approval up. Number 2, media occupied almost full time. Number 3, the Democrats are entirely, completely off message. I'm not going to relitigate yesterday's show where I played the Ragin' Cajun. Democrat strategist James Carville, who's been at this for decades, who lost his marbles on MSNBC, saying, what are you guys doing, Democrats? What are you doing? We're talking about this stuff that doesn't matter. Of course you are, because you chose to impeach the president, and you're not talking about anything that largely the American people really care about. Their health care bills, their tax rates, their job future, their local kids' school, roads that are falling apart. It's ironic that in the post-State of the Union address, the rebuttal, the Democrats chose the governor of Michigan, Gretchen Whitmer. Whitmer, who I'm not a fan of, and I think is an awful governor, by the way. But one of her campaign slogans was fix the damn roads. Democrats, I'm not giving you advice. It's not what I'm here for. You understand how you totally blew it? The candidate you're touting as your next big thing in your rebuttal to the State of the Union address literally ran on a slogan the complete opposite of all you've been focused on for the last 90 days. Local stuff that matters to people. Fix the damn roads. Listen, Whitmer's terrible. Awful. I'm simply suggesting that was her thing. In other words, Joe, go out and do things that matter. And let me tell you, and I'll leave it at this. You know what doesn't matter to the American people? Yes, that's right. Impeachment. They don't care. It's a farce. You completely blew it.
You just heard the Dan Bongino Show. You can also get Dan's podcasts on iTunes or SoundCloud. And follow Dan on Twitter 24/7 @DBongino.